What do you think? I mean, it fits.
Get the vision? Okay, good. So spending an hour dressing up a rabbit in a tiny dragon costume was definitely not on the list of things I ever thought I'd do. So this is kind of awkward, but Halloween's only a couple weeks away and Fiji has nothing to wear. If you don't know who Fiji is, he is my office bunny. He looks like this. I'm currently looking at him right now, sleeping. He's a rescue. I found him in my garden one day, and that was like 4 or 5 years ago now, which is kind of wild. And he's been living with me ever since. And I've never made anything for him or tried to dress him, so this could go terribly wrong. He might hate it, but I think it could be really cute, and why not? I have free will, so that's what we're going to be doing this week. Also, hey there everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, hi there, my name is Chris, aka Naughty Bear. I'm an amigurumi designer, crocheter, and just a silly crafty guy here on YouTube. And I post new videos every single week about crochet, yarn reviews, amigurumi, lots of different things, dressing my rabbit for Halloween, for example. But no matter what it is, it's always a good time, so hopefully that sounds good to you. Be sure to stick around if it does. But that's what we're going to be doing this week, so grab a crafty project and a warm beverage, and let's get into it. Okay, so I ended up posting like a little poll on my Discord server and letting everyone over there decide what we will make. And I had a couple different options. I'm trying to think what they were. Dragon, vampire maybe, turtle, fairy, things like that. Secretly, I really wanted dragon, and thankfully they all voted, and so did they. So we are doing a dragon design, which I'm very excited for. I've actually never really done a dragon design. Maybe some dinosaur dragon-esque things, I think. Not that I can remember, which is strange because I love fantasy and stuff. I think it's just because they look a little bit intimidating. However, this is our chance to do it, so I'm excited. Now, a couple things I do want to say here. First off, Fiji and his comfort and all that come first, so I'm not going to like put a bunch of things on him if he doesn't like it. So hopefully if you're watching this video, that means that it worked out because I'm hosting it. But I think with that in mind, I'm going to focus on, instead of doing a bunch of different pieces that had to be like tied onto him somehow, I think if we do like one piece, this would make the most sense. For example, if I just like put a blanket on him, he doesn't even mind it. He just kind of like sits there. So I think that idea could really work. I've seen a lot of these kind of like blanket onesie things. They're like a hooded blanket almost, and you could do like the dinosaur spines and things down it like that. Something like this, I think would make the most sense because his legs are still free. We could have his ears poking out the top, and I think it would be really cute. So hopefully, fingers crossed that this works. So I'm going to work on like a little design mock-up or something, maybe some drawings, and then we'll pick some yarn and see where we get to. I'm really excited for this one. I think it's going to be super cute, super random, kind of pointless, but also really, really fun. All right, so we are done with the drawing. It's a little bit basic, but you know what? It gets the job done. I just need kind of a rough idea of what we're doing here. The way I'm looking at this is in two pieces. So I'm gonna do like kind of the body part first. That'll be kind of the easiest. I'll just work in rows. We'll add some like details and things like that. I might work into the back loop and then add scales, depending on how much time we have, to the front loops after. Also, the head will be its own piece, so I'm going to deal with that after, and I'll probably do a little bit more detail there. We'll see. That'll be a little bit more tricky because he has big floppy ears, and I kind of want them to stick out of the hoodie, so I had to make sure that I can make a hole for it. He just did the cutest flop. I wish I had got that on camera. He's so adorable. As for yarn, I'm thinking traditional dragon, so I think we're going to do some like reds, some warmer tones. So I think these will be our three main colors. The red, orange, and yellow. I think this will look really cute. I also have some like yellow lizard amigurumi eyes, which I'm excited to use. I think they'll work perfectly here. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm excited to get into this. I'm going to start, like I said, just kind of doing some work on the body. I don't think it'll be too complicated, but we'll see where we get to. I'm probably going to use either double or half double crochets. I would like this to work out fairly quickly, and I would like it to kind of be a little bit more relaxed relaxed, so I might use a slightly larger hook than normal because this technically isn't really amigurumi, it's more apparel, so it doesn't need to be like really tight stitches. I'd rather it be kind of like free flowing or whatever. Anyways, that's enough chatter. Let's start making our little dragon costume. All right, everyone, we are done with the shell, I guess is what we're calling it. I'm not entirely sure. This is what it looks like. The idea, as you probably saw, is that it kind of like sits on him like that. His body's in there. And then there is like this little part here, which will be like that. And his head will pop through there. And then we will put the little hood, attach it here, and that'll sit there. Get the vision? Okay, good. So that's what that is. Now we're gonna make this look a little bit cooler. I'm going to add some scales to this. I worked in the back loop, so I have a bunch of front loops there that I can work into. Now I'm not gonna add scales to this whole thing, or at least every front loop, but maybe every other row or something. We'll see how much time I got here. I'm gonna do them out of orange, and then maybe I'll embroider or something, a little bit of yellow onto it just to give it a little bit of pop of color. And that should help this look a little bit more scaly and dragon-like. And then I'll probably actually do some horns or spikes, whatever you want to call them, going down the middle all the way down to the tail. So I'm excited for the way this is turning out. I would like to do the edges like a single crochet around the edge. However, I don't think I have enough red yarn. This is all I have left. And I still want to do the hood, or whatever you want to call it, the head. Now we also have 2 wings to do, but I think I can do those out of other colors if need be. So most importantly, I want to save as much of this as I can. So I think maybe for the edge, we'll just leave it raw. I don't know. Or maybe I'll think of something I can do with the other colors along the edge. Maybe some scaling on the edge could be cute. I think actually might work. So yeah, that's where we're at.
What do you think? I mean, man, I think we're gonna be okay.
Nothing could have prepared me for the level of cuteness. Not only did not care, I think he kind of liked it. So the headpiece is going well so far. That was hilarious. So what did I learn from that? A lot of bunny hair is going to be incorporated into this costume. So I think we're just going to, I started with the ear holes. I'm going to kind of join them like that. So becomes that as opposed to this, because this middle piece was already maybe a little bit too big, but once it's like attached there, it'll be totally fine. Not that you really care. But that was really cute. I also like that they're like kind of coming up at this part because I haven't done increases yet. Kind of is like making a horn. Like there's usually a bit that looks like this before the horn comes out. So it like adds to it. I will be making little horns as well, but so cute. I'm really happy the way this is turning out. I apologize if I look like crap. I got like 0 sleep last night, so that's been fun today. However, one thing I did get done was some crocheting and some progress on Fiji's costume, so I'm going to share that with you. I also feel like it's been a minute since I sat in this chair and filmed from this perspective. It's weird, but it is a much comfier chair than my other one. Okay, so I added the scales. I did this by just working into the front loops onto this piece here, and I basically just worked like kind of like a bubble stitch, I guess, into every once in a while to kind of give that effective scale. I think it kind of works. I might have to add some different sized ones here. They're also like kind of facing upwards. I have to maybe block it or something to just keep them down. But I think it's kind of, especially from afar, giving scale a little bit. The reason why there's none in the center here is because I'm going to be adding like horns, I guess, or spikes. So I actually also did all the spikes so they look like that, and they're just kind of sit in the middle. I think that's okay, there we go. Yeah, I think it's giving dragon. I mean, it looks kind of weird. I really like this color palette though. It's really fun. So far so good. I made like 6 or 7 spikes to go down it, and then I'll probably embroider some down the tail. Then I'm going to do something at the tail here so that's not just like kind of random. I might add some scales or something. And maybe like, I don't know, what's the Hungarian horntail? Is that the one with the spike? I don't know. Anyways, we might add something to the end just to make it a little bit more fun. There goes Fiji, speaking of the devil. So yeah, I think this looks cute. Hopefully it's giving the vibe of scale. The reason I did it this way, it was just easier for me to work in a continuous round and just do slip stitches where I didn't need any of these like scale looking things, as opposed to like each individual scale, just joining and doing one scale and then having all those ends to weave in, which I still have some ends to weave in, but not as much. I'm going to start working on the headpiece or the hoodie, whatever we're calling it. So you saw that that had been put on him and he seemed happy with it. So now I just have to kind of shape this into the shape of a dragon head, I guess, kind of thing. So like this shape. I didn't even realize I was doing that. That's the plan for today. If I can work on this and kind of get it to look like a dragon's head, that'll be a win for me. Anyways, that's my update. I will check back in a bit. Actually, there was one more thing I wanted to mention. I am going to add like little feet or legs to this as well. I'm just going to attach them to the sides here so they kind of like hang off of the side so that when he's wearing it, they kind of just like flop off to the side where his actual feet are. I think that would be really cute. I'm hoping I can get this on him and have him run around. I don't know if we'll make it that far, if he'll move with wearing this, but that would be super cute. All right, everyone, it's a new day in the workroom. I'm feeling really sexy and grateful to be here. Most of you probably won't get that reference. Anyways, not what we're here to talk about. I have some updates for you. I have been working on our little Fiji costume for a little bit, and I'm really liking the way it turned out, or is turning out, I should say. I'm not nearly done. But here's where we're at so far, which it might look a little confusing, but that is the hood attached. So that will be the face. This is where his little bunny ears will come out of. So I have to still do the details, the eyes and everything here. I did have the idea when I tested on him last, his ears were coming out. I think I'm going to make a couple more of these just to put on top after, so it looks like little horns. I don't know. We'll see. It could be really cute. But yeah, that's where we're at. It looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it, I think, myself. I might try and make the scales look more like scales, like I said, by kind of getting them to lay flat. Maybe I will have to add some in between, or maybe I'm overthinking it. I don't know. We have some wings here, which I think turned out okay. You know, they look like wings, hopefully. They look like they kind of just flap down at the side there. I might add some wire to them just to give them a little bit of strength so they can like actually sit up like a wing does. So what's left to do? We have to finish the face, like I said, which I don't think should be too hard, adding some eyes, some teeth here, a nostril or two, probably two. And then lastly, I do want to do something with the tail. It's just kind of this weird thing flopping down there. I kind of want to make it a little bit more intentional somehow. I'm not entirely sure. Add a little bit more detail. And then if I have time, I'll do more details on the wings, like add some scales or something. Maybe try and fix these scales. Again, it's not about being like some crazy detailed costume. It's just fun. I'm excited to see if he'll wear it. So far, so good. He doesn't seem bothered by it, but he hasn't moved. And I think it'd be really cute if he was jumping around in this. That'd be pretty freaking adorable to see. So we're going to try that out. He's a pretty lazy bun at the best of times, so getting him to run around just on his own is challenging enough. And then the last thing I didn't mention that we have to do is we're going to add some little legs to the sides here. So one there, and then same thing on the other side. And those will kind of just be like the wings. They'll kind of just be sewn on and they'll flop like that. Get the vibe? Oh, what is my life? Okay, yeah, so that's the update. Let's finish this off. I'm hoping to get this done today, because even though this is a lot of fun, I probably shouldn't spend all of my time on it. Anyways, really happy with the progress so far. Let's see what we end up with. I just finished putting the final little finishing touches on our dragon bunny costume. Such a weird thing to say. I gotta say, I'm really happy with the way it's turning out. I think, or turned out rather. It's really cute. Now we have to do our final test and actually put it on him and see what he thinks. But let me show you the final result just as it is. Here it is, I guess. There is our final dragon costume outfit. I am, like I said, really happy with the way this turned out. I think it's pretty cool, and considering we did a couple fittings, it should fit onto Fiji okay, fingers crossed. There's the tail, which I added some little spikes to, and just embroidered on some little horns, or spikes I guess rather. And I will say now, I did phone in the feet. I had grand ideas of doing like actual feet on him, and then by the time I got to this point, I was like, you know what, I just have to call it. And I just ended up putting these little like they're not even really feet, fingers on the ends. Can you see that? They're really tiny, so literally just some at the back there. Maybe it's better if I hold it like that. So little ones at the back and then some little ones on the front. It's fine. He's not going to care. I'm actually the most impressed with how the face turned out. He got a little smushed there. But I think that's going to look really cute once it's on. Why does that look like it's smushed there, but then in reality it's not? Oh, there we go. I don't know what's happening there. I think it's the way this one's catching the light. Maybe. Anyways, I think this is a lot of fun. So for our real test, will Fiji wear it? Now, Fiji's having what I call a work from home day which is what I do every day, but he has this little like rabbit hutch, and every once in a while he has a day where he literally does not leave that hutch. He just sits there all day. I don't know why he does it. The next day he'll be totally fine. He just, every once in a while, he wants to chill out at home, which I cannot judge him, and I'm not going to force him out so I can dress him up and parade him around. So I'm going to wait for a moment for him to actually come out, maybe tomorrow sometime, hopefully, and at that point, I will put the costume on him, and then I am going to bring him into the living room. He sometimes likes to hop around out there, so maybe if I put this on him out there, fingers crossed, we can get a little bit of an action shot. I'll have to set up a couple cameras to make sure I don't miss anything. Hopefully he looks cute in it. The other thing that I think is going to be fun is I have these little horns. Once his ears pop out like that, like I said, they're going to stick on like that, which I think just makes it look even cooler. Oh, this is really weird, but a lot of fun. Okay, so I'm going to go wait for him to do that, do some other stuff, and hopefully I get some footage. Also, I need to be a good YouTuber real quick. If you're enjoying my videos, you like my content, definitely subscribe if you're not, as it really helps me grow the channel. Also, check out my Patreon. Come join us over there. We have a Discord. You get a bunch of free stuff, patterns and things like that. You get to chill with us over there. We're a good time. So I'll leave the links to everything down below. Also, finally, give me a like if you're enjoying this video, as it also helps me grow the channel and help other people find me. Anyways, enough plugs. Back to the video. So spending an hour dressing up a rabbit in a tiny dragon costume was definitely not on the list of things I ever thought I'd do, but there you go. I hope I got some good footage of it. He looked super cute from where I was, but it was a little bit of a struggle. He was still hiding away today, and I needed him to come out a little bit, so I had to coax him out with treats. There were many treats involved in this, and he was a very good boy. I took him to the living room. Of course, the way I set it up, he was like, that's usually where he sits, so I set it up where he usually is, thinking he'd be fine there, but then he immediately took off to a different spot. So I had to like reconfigure things and try and figure it out, and then get all these little pieces to stick on him without, of course, upsetting him. Now, he was totally fine. I'm just going to put this out there. He didn't seem to mind at all. He was snacking away on his treats and dandelions and seemed pretty comfortable. But whenever he did seem like he wanted it off, I just took it off and let him have a breather and like gave him some pets. But as you can see, I hope from some of the footage I got, it was really adorable. He looked so cute, and it actually fit pretty well. It was hard to get the whole body piece to stay on without like flopping off to the side, but the only way to fix that would be like tie a string around him, and I just wouldn't be comfortable with that if he got like freaked out or something and tried to get it off and he couldn't. It would just end a disaster. So I just left it the way it was and kind of fixed it whenever it fell to the side and tried to get some footage of it. Now you can probably tell he did not move in it. He wasn't interested in like running around, and even if he tried to, I think it probably would have just fallen off, if I'm being honest. So I'm just happy that it went on him and it looked cute. This turned out really, really adorable, I think. I got this cute little photo here. I might try and get like another photo or two, maybe tomorrow. I'll leave him alone for today. He's been through enough. But this was a lot of fun. I think the last thing I want to do is maybe like find a spot on my wall for it. I think it would be cool like wall hanging. Found a little spot for it behind me here. I MacGyvered a clip situation. We'll see if it stays there, but it's fine for now. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you liked it, if you like this kind of content, definitely give me a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below if you enjoyed it. Maybe I'll make more in the future. It could be fun to do this again. But thank you all so much for watching. A special thank you to all of my Patreon members. I could not do this without you, so thank you so much for all being here with me. If you are interested in joining the Patreon, definitely check out the link down below. But that's it for this video. Happy Halloween to all of you. Stay safe, and I will see you next week. Until then, stay naughty, friends. Bye. I wonder if I could wear this for Halloween. It's like a headpiece. It kind of looks like a mohawk, but it's a dragon. Welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, hi, my name is Naughty Bear. What is my name? Oh my god, I'm so tired.